Hi, welcome to Mary's Stitching Corner. My name is Mary and this is my channel about cross stitch. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see, and please like and subscribe and comment so I can get to know you a little bit better. And to my returning subscribers, thank you. Thank you for always coming back and watching my videos. I truly appreciate it. So I was going to film this video earlier today, but stuff happened, so I feel a bit out of sorts. I hope I'm organized, but we'll see. We'll see as it goes on. So I think I'm going to start this video with talking about giveaways. 2 videos ago, I called the winners of my giveaways and I haven't heard from them. So I'm going to give them another chance, and ladies, if I don't hear from you before my next video, then I'm going to have to draw some other names. So the first one is Liz Kuhn. You won this sunflower needle minder. If you could please email me at marysstitchingcorner@gmail.com and give me your address, and I'll get this sent off to you. And the other one is Norma Vloss. If you could do the same, and I'll get this sent off to you. I have commented on your comments, and hopefully I will hear from you before the next video. And last video, I was offering this chart as I have stitched this already and put it up for grabs. So the winner for this is Kara Dayhoff. If you could email me at marysstitchingcorner@gmail.com, and I will get this sent off to you. So today I have quite a lot to show you. So I have an FFO, I have 2 finishes, and lots of WIPs. So what happened was, I was getting kind of bored with my rotation the last few days of April, and I wanted to do something different. So I thought, what if I just pull out all my WIPs and work on them one each day? Just for a while, and just to touch some of these things that I haven't touched for a while, and just to change things up a bit, take away the boredom. So I started doing that. And then I thought, you know, this would be a great thing to do for Mania. I didn't want to have a bunch of new starts because I'm already feeling a little bit overwhelmed with all the stuff I already have going. And so that's what I chose to do. So from right before May and through today, and I'll do it for the rest of the month, I've been stitching on a different WIP each day. Now, I don't have enough WIPs to get me through the entire month, so I'll probably touch most of them twice. And so I've been really enjoying it. Even though some days I don't have as much time, I still enjoy stitching something different. And again, like I said, touching stuff that I haven't really done much work on. So I think I have about 14 or 15 that I've worked on so far that I'll share with you today. So it's almost like a mini WIP parade, I guess. So we've got that, and then I've got a little bit of haul, which I forgot to show you last time. Some plans. This is my birthday month, so I have a birthday start planned. And then we can do a little bit of life update, which I'm sure will be very short because nothing ever happens. So let me get started, and I will show you my FFO. And this is something I stitched at the end of last year and just finished it recently. It's by a chart called Let It Snow by Shannon Christine. And this is it finished. Now, if you watched my videos, my earlier videos, you would have seen this as a WIP. And there's the back. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think I got this fabric at Walmart. I think it works quite well. So that's my FFO, the only one I have since last time. And this is my other, well, this is my finish. It's not fully finished, but this is March by Country Cottage Needleworks. And this is stitched on 28 count mystery linen using the called for Classic Colorworks floss. And this one was really fun. I love doing things that are Irish because of my heritage. And let me think. So I've done January, February, and March. And now I'm trying to decide, should I do April next, or should I jump to maybe July and get a head start? You know what I mean? Because if I start with April, I'm going to be running behind all the time, all year. So trying to decide what to do next. But I've really been enjoying these. They're a relatively quick stitch, which is nice. And I'm sure within the next couple of weeks, I'll decide which one I'm going to start on next. So I have a big finish. And I am so happy to have this done. And for those of you that have been watching, you've been following this progress for quite a long time. It actually took me, I started it in August 2020, and then I finished it last week. Now, I didn't stitch on it monogamously, so if I had, it would have been done a long time ago. But this is Victorian Charm by Dimensions. I love how it turned out. The French knots weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. They went a lot faster than I thought, but they're not, I'm just not that good at them, so they're kind of irregular, but that's okay. There's a lot of mistakes in here. There's a lot of stuff that isn't perfect, but when it's framed and it's hung back, nobody's going to notice. So I just really love the colors and love the Dimensions is just fantastic with color and light. So I'm absolutely thrilled with it. And I will get this one framed as soon as I feel I can afford it. This is one that I would want to get professionally framed. So that was, it just feels really good to get a big finish like that. So that was really fun. Felt really, really good. So this next one is what, oh, now we're going to go on to WIPs. And I told you I was kind of out of sorts, so I'll probably be kind of jumping all over the place with the information. So this is a chart by Awesome Pattern Studio, and they are in the Ukraine, and this is called Glasgow, which is my hometown in Scotland. And this is my progress. So I'm more than halfway done. And I'm stitching on 18 count vintage Stormy Clouds using the called for DMC. So yeah, I'm loving this one. I love the colors, even though, as I've said before, it's quite intensive because there's so many color changes, but that's what makes it look so fantastic. And the next one, my next WIP is Lady of the Thread by Lavender and Lace. And this is being stitched on 18 count Black Ada, 18 or 16. And this is where I'm at. I managed to finish another row down here. So I'm loving that. And this one you haven't seen in a little while. This is Mill Hill Buttons and Beads, Valentine Heart. So I've just been filling in all of these designs and a little bit of the background. So I really enjoy it when I pull it out. Love the colors, love the design. And like I said in the beginning, it's been really, really nice to pull things out that I haven't touched in a few months. So that's been really fun. And this is one I hadn't touched. I had started it and then really hadn't touched it again. So this one is Liberty Lodge by Plum Street Samplers. And this is where I am at. So this is 20 count Vintage Country Mocha, 1/1. And I'm using the called for Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works. I love how this is looking, but that house is going to take a while. And that's, you know, this isn't even all of the house. There's more house coming over here. So yeah, that one's going to take a while, but I love how it looks. I really like how the 1/1 looks. It's quite delicate looking. The next one is ABC de Maison by Jardin Privé. Love this one. This is one of my favorites right now. And it stitches up very, very quickly. And here is where I'm at. So I think last time I had finished this row, I think. And so I just started the third row. So I'm more than halfway through. And this is being stitched on 18 count Vintage Stormy Clouds. And that's one of my favorite fabrics. This is another one I had started and then hadn't touched for a while. So it was nice to get back to it. This is Prairie Schooler, Spring Has Come. And this is one of my WIP Go projects for May. So this is the one I'm working on right here. And that's where I'm at. I started on the house. And this is 18 count Vintage Country Mocha. And some of these, when I've been stitching, I'm kind of happy to change them out the next day, because you know how it is. Some of them are more enjoyable than others. Even though you love how they look when they're done, some of them are a harder stitch. And then others I haven't wanted to put down, and I've had to say, nope, you're sticking to this schedule, so you need to put it away for now. And this was one of it. This was one that I thoroughly enjoyed stitching on. Next one, and this is another WIP Go that's been called for May. And this is Life and Liberty by Sue Hillis Designs. And if you recall, last time I was having trouble with this birdhouse. So I finally managed to get that done right here. And then I finished this and started on the flag. And this is 18 count beige Ada from Witchout. And I love the colors she chose for this. I love the vintage look of it. And this is one I thoroughly enjoy stitching as well. I think I've told you before that even though I wasn't born and raised here, I love stitching on Americana stuff. So the next one, and I think this is the other WIP Go. I didn't do a new start for WIP Go this time. They called 3 numbers, and one of them was a free space. And normally I would have chosen a new start, but as I told you, I've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed with everything I've got going on. So I decided just to add in a 3rd WIP. So this is the one I chose, and it's Quaker Christmas 2. And this is coming along. Still lots to do, but I just love this. So I've been working on this page right here. Almost finished with that page. This is one that when I think about working on, I'm like, don't know if I feel like it. But when I start working on it, I don't want to put it down. So this is being stitched on 18 count antique white Ada. Next we have Celtic Winter. So I've done another row on her, and then I'm trying to get these things done, and they take a lot of time. There's a lot of color changes in there, and using that, what's the thread? Treasure braid is kind of a pain, but I love this. So she's being stitched on 28 count. Oh, let me see. I always forget this. Smoky Pearl linen. And I think it's looking really great. I'll be glad when I get these side things done, because I enjoy working on the lady way more than the side panels. So I think I just need to get stuck in and get those parts done, and then I can just work on the lady and enjoy it a bit more. Next thing is Plaid Tidings by Little Stitch Girl. And I'm working on this house here. And I'm about halfway done. So this is 18 count Ada by Fabric Flare, Aqua with Snowflake Effect. and I have the other two that are done. And I'm planning on turning these into pillows. Come on, up. My dog likes to sit beside me while I'm doing these. Actually, she likes to sit beside me all the time. You've heard the saying, joined at the hip. That's my dog. Come here, do you want to say hello? This is Maggie. Can you say hello? Hey. She's supposed to get groomed tomorrow, so she's a bit of a mess. Anyway, this is my constant companion. She keeps us laughing. She's got a really great personality. She's a Shih Tzu Maltese mix, and she's 3.5 years old. Anyway, so the next WIP is the Gold Collection Twilight Bridge. And this was another one I haven't touched for a couple of months. And this is how it's looking. So I've been working diagonally here, so you can see that the roof of the house is coming through. This is so thick because I think there's like a lot of the background is done in 5 strands of thread. So we're going to start, the next diagonal will come down and meet the edge over here. I love the colors in this. I think dimensions are just their charts are so detailed, and they can be a pain to stitch, but when they're done, I think they're just incredible. The next one is A Perfect World by the Scarlet House. And this is the stitch along that I'm doing with my friends Patty and Eugenia. And this is one, I love how it looks, but I have not been enjoying it that much because I wasn't very smart in my fabric choice. I think it looks wonderful, but this is on 40 counts linen, and I've just been having issues counting on this. So this is Vintage Country Mocha. I think it's gorgeous. This is, I'm working on page 1. I think it really looks nice. It's just, it takes me a while to do it because I have to be so careful trying not to mess up. And I've messed up quite a few times on here. But I think ultimately it will work out okay. I was going to start over and go on to an easier count, but I just felt I had done too much, and so hopefully it'll be fine. So the next one and the last one, we actually went through those quite fast. The last one is Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt. And I know you've seen this one a lot. And this is the one I've been working on today, so it's still in my Q-snap. So this is being stitched on 18 count opalescent white with the called for DMC. Now when I started this, I didn't really enjoy it. I don't know why, maybe it was just my frame of mind, because I think it's gorgeous and I had seen it stitched up at my LNS, and I just didn't enjoy it initially, but today when I've been working on it, I've just loved it. So today I finished this flower here. Actually, I finished half of this flower, and then I started on this one. So I'm going to work on it some more tonight. So that's my WIPs. I thought that would take a lot longer. I think there's maybe 2 more that I haven't touched yet this month, and then I'll start rotating again and just work through them all. So let me look at my notes so I don't forget anything. Whoops. So last time I was going to show you some haul and I forgot. So I didn't have much, but I'll show you what I got. I'm trying hard to be careful. Just because I have so much here that I could be stitching on, and I'd like to get some of these finished. So this one I got a couple months ago, and it was thanks to Laura at Stitching by the Shore. And this, I think it's by Awesome Pattern Studio on Etsy. Again, this is one of the Ukrainian designers I bought from. This just reminds me of my dog. So I got that one. I don't know when I'll start it, but I thought that was very cute. And then this one I bought, you'll have seen this because lots of people are stitching on it. This is by Owl House Embroidery. And it's called Black Vintage Sampler. And this is going to be my birthday start. And then I bought something from, and I don't have a picture here. Let me see if I can pull it up. I bought something from I forget the name. It's really nice getting old and you start forgetting so many things. Sorry, I'll get it right here. It was a PDF on Etsy. Primrose Cottages. And I bought Autumn Rules. I love this one. I like these wordy charts. They stitch up very fast and I think they're really cute. So I don't know when I'm going to start that one, but I bought it anyway. Probably start it. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm a seasonal stitcher or what. I kind of like to try and work ahead, but it never seems to work out. So I was going to start on all my patriotic stuff last month so that I would have them ready for July, and I think I've only started 2. So that's another reason I want to get my WIP pile down so that I can start maybe focusing on stitching on holiday stuff before the holidays come up. So I told you I was going to start the Black Vintage Sampler for my birthday, and that one I am going to, sorry, I told you I was kind of all over the place. This one I'm going to stitch on 22 count white Aida 1/1, and I bought some Anchor Black to do that with. Very excited to stitch this one. It's been hard to wait, but Monday's my birthday, and that's when I will start. And then I'm toying about doing another new start now that I've just told you I want to get my WIPs down. Michelle McGraw and Vonna Pfeiffer have started a stitch along for charts by Toad in a Garden, and I had bought one a few months ago, and so I'm contemplating starting this one. It's been one that I've been thinking about. I keep pulling it out and thinking about starting it, and then they started the stitch along, and I thought this would actually be a good time to do it. So this is called Farmer's Market by Toad in a Garden. So this one may be started by the next time I see you. So I think that's all my stitching stuff. Seems like a lot, but when I pull it all out and show you it went so fast, now it doesn't seem like too much. Anyway, I'm going to keep stitching on these every day throughout the month of May, and then in June I will start, I'll come up with a rotation that I'm happy with and get back to normal stitching routines. So, life, what's been going on? It's been a hard month. I'm a little later this time with making my video. My health hasn't been the greatest. Everything's kind of flared up and getting more heart episodes, which brings on anxiety, which makes my other stuff flare up. So it's been kind of hard, but I'm hoping things will calm down and get back to kind of the normal stuff. But my anxiety's been really, really bad. I've had anxiety my whole life to some degree or another, but in general, I could deal with it. I could still live a full life and do the things I wanted to do within reason. Certain things I couldn't do ever, but then when I got my heart thing, I have atrial fibrillation, which means that out of the blue, my heart will start racing and beating irregularly, and on average, I get an episode every week to 10 days, but recently they've been more frequent, and that brings me huge anxiety. Makes me afraid to go out. What if this happens? What if that happens? And so I get a little bit agoraphobic at times, and that's kind of the phase I've been in over the last month. And so you probably noticed I got my hair cut, but I don't like to make appointments for things, because what if I make an appointment I can go? What if I go and I go into AFib? What if? It just rules my life, and I really wanted a haircut. And so Saturday, my daughter said, let's just go over, and if you feel like it, you can go in. I just went to one that you can walk in and get your haircut. So we go over there, and I can feel the panic rising. Just, oh my gosh, I can't do this. My stomach hurts. I'm so dizzy. I can't. You would think I was just going for something horrible to be done. And so I looked at the app, and it said the wait was 10 minutes. And I said, no, I can't sit there and wait for 10 minutes. So we drove around, and finally the app said a 0-minute wait. Excuse me. So I thought, okay, let's run in before I change my mind. So I get in, they take me right away, they sit me down, and I'm like, okay, 10 minutes, I'll be out of there. The lady cutting my hair decided she's going to chat to everybody. She was going to... Anyway, I was probably in the chair for 10, 15 minutes before she even touched my hair. So anyway, it was... I sat there probably almost the entire time just looking down with my eyes closed because it was the only way I could get through it. Then, for any of you ladies out there that deal with hot flashes, that's another thing that's been super bad lately for me, and it may be because my anxiety is so high. So when I have a hot flash, you know, you get this kind of aura before it happens. You get tingly, and then you start getting really hot. Your heart starts racing, which is an anxiety trigger for me anyway. You turn bright red, you're sweating all over the place. And so I'm sitting in the chair with a mask on, with this hot flash, and my anxiety, I'm trying so hard not to panic anyway. And I'm sitting there like, okay, maybe I should just leave, maybe. And my hair was half cut and half not. Anyway, I can laugh about it now, but oh my goodness. So it ended up a lot shorter than I normally get because I wasn't watching what she was doing. But I think it'll be fine once it grows in a bit. And it'll be cooler for the summer, so it all worked out. It's just, it's been a month. It's been hard. My daughter, Katrina, she's my oldest daughter. She bought her first car the other night, so we went out car shopping. Now, for both of our girls, they were given old cars that we had. Like from... Katrina's been driving our 2005 Nissan Pathfinder, and she works in a credit union. She knew that rates were going to go up, interest rates were going to go up, and she wanted to get a car before that happened. And also, we've been having to put a lot of money, or she's been having to put a lot of money into the Pathfinder, and she didn't want to have to do that anymore. Because we give the girls the cars, but they have to put their gas in, they have to pay insurance, they have to do all the repairs. It's their responsibility. So anyway, we went car shopping, and I told her, you know, you're probably not going to find a car tonight. But she did. She found one, and she had these specific things that she wanted. It had to be this color, and it had to be sporty, and it had to have this and this, and she ended up finding what she was looking for. She didn't care what brand it was. It just had to look the way she wanted it to look. So she got a 2020 Ford Fusion, which is loaded. It even has air-conditioned seats, which is going to be really nice for me when I go out with her, if I end up with a hot flash. But so she's thrilled, she's loving it, and that was a big thing for her. She said, gosh, I really feel like a grown-up. So she just turned 25 last month. So she's my daughter that has POTS, and she's on the waiting list to see a POTS specialist, but the waiting list is about 7 to 12 months. But she's been doing a bit better. She does have days where like today, where she's having to use her walker. And then other days she's fine. So, which is pretty typical of that syndrome. My other daughter is loving her job. She's the human resource director in a rehab center. And she's so glad to be out of fast food. She's so glad to be working with people that appreciate her. And she can go to work dressed nicely, and it's just, I've seen a big difference in her whole demeanor since she started work there. So that's really good. And my husband is still super busy with his 2 jobs, and he hasn't been able to spend a lot of time working on the house. He's been, for those of you that don't know, we're remodeling our entire house, or he is remodeling our entire house. He's finished with the basement, which is where I am right now. Now he's working on the main floor. So the kitchen cabinets are in, the quartz is in. He's just basically getting ready to paint the main floor. And so he's taking all the doors off and painting the doors. And while he's doing the main floor doors, then he's also pulling the upstairs doors. So that's what he's been working on for the last few weeks. And there's a lot of doors in this house. So it's probably 2 or 3 weeks still to get the doors done because he's so busy with other things. And then he can start painting, and then we can get the floors down. I am so excited about that. We've had these floors sitting in our garage since we moved into this house, which is almost 4 years ago. I'm so excited to get the floors down because that, I know, makes such a huge difference. So yesterday he pulled the doors off my craft room. And I told him I am not bringing anybody into this house while those doors are off because my craft room is a disaster. I actually need to pack everything up and pull everything out so he can put the floors down when it gets to that point. So at that point I can organize. Let's see. Yesterday we had Mother's Day here in the United States. Everybody spoiled me. I got lovely flowers and we went for a drive. And so it was a nice day. I always think about my own mother on that day. She's been gone a long time, since I was 17. You never stop thinking about them, and I always think about her. And for a long time I couldn't deal with Mother's Day very well because I had lost my mother and I couldn't become a mother because of infertility. So for a long time I couldn't go to church on those days. It was hard, but through the miracle of adoption, I got my girls, and everything's good. So other than that, going forward, we're going away at the end of the month for our first RV trip of the year. We usually go away for a weekend trip, and this is the first trip we're going to take my dog. Normally she stays home with Sarah because Sarah doesn't like to travel. But with Sarah's work schedule, we're not going to be able to leave her for our longer trip later in the year. So we're taking her on the short trip to see how she deals with it. We're going down to a place called Manti, which is in central Utah, just for 2 or 3 days. So that we're looking forward to that. Haven't decided where we're going to go for a bigger trip in the summer. So other than that, that's it. Nothing much else going on. Just going to keep stitching away, and I'm really thankful for this hobby, because there's days when I'm so anxious that just sitting and stitching just helps to calm me down. It's something that's so methodical and you have to really focus, and it's good. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the friendships I've made through Instagram and through Flosstube. And I'm grateful for you for watching. And I hope that all of you are well. And hopefully it won't be so long next time before I post a video. I think it's almost a month since my last video. So thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. Please come again next time and take good care. Bye for now.